Hi there, Patrick here, and today I'm going to talk about my second team order that I've done. I bought myself a Seachaser 7-weight 8-foot rod and a whole lot of crystal flash. Let's get going with the rod. See, this is the rod here. It's a 7-weight 8-foot rod. The Temu site says cork grip handle. This is not cork. This is foam fake cork, but it seems of a very good quality. I'm not too sure how you would just compare this with the quality of the foam fake cork that is on the likes of the Cortland Fairplay, but it seems a very good quality foam. The reel seat, the two ring nuts, the ring that holds the reel, and the entire reel seat is made out of some other hard plastic or Bakelite. This material reminds me a lot of the plastic slash Bakelite that you get on uh, budget knives. Got this golden pattern here on the reel seat. Very, yeah. I'm going to take some black paint just from like a can paint that you buy from the DIY store, and I'm just going to paint it over. Otherwise than that, just one thing to bear in mind with this plastic slash Bakelite reel seat setup, you can't cinch this down as much as, let's say, aluminium reel seat. Yeah, 246 Rand, being a budget rod. I suppose you can't expect much more than this. Although I will add that on the Temu site, the Salgai Lang rods that cost similar in price have got a proper cork handle and aluminium reel seats. I just feel that Seachaser could have just done that, but I can live with this plastic reel seat. I can live with the foam handle and butt section. So yeah, I'm not going to return this rod just because of that. It can work. I did cast with it for about half an hour the other day, and it held the reel just fine. As long as you're not going to go and over tighten things, then you're going to start damaging threads or the nuts. Yeah, just to be aware of that. Alright, we've got a nice hook keeper here. Also about 6mm, 1/4 inch. Typical with these Chinese budget rods. Bulky wraps and ounce of epoxy coating. We've got a wrap here further on here with the gold accents. That pattern carries through with the eyes on the other sections of the rod. You will see here that I've got this fly tying thread here. This ferrule up to about here fits quite tight actually, but what I noticed was there was a gap between the ferrule and the blank, so I pulled it in here. I'm going to do, this is just a temporary measure. At some point in time I'm going to put some silicone lube in there in the section of the ferrule here that goes over the blank, and then what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to put some flexi epoxy in here. I'm going to take this thread off and put some flexi epoxy in here, and once it almost is dry, I'll take the section off the other section off, and then I'll let it dry properly in such a way I'll have a very tight fit. But that is for later. This is just going to stay on for now, so at least it fits nice and firmly. I'm not going to return the rod just because of that. I have done similar repairs to some other rods before, so yeah, I'll be doing that. I am going to be ordering myself a second rod like this, just to see if this was a once-off quality control glitch. But yeah, I'm going to keep the rod because I'm very happy with it and the way it goes on. But yeah, I looked at the reviews in Temu and in AliExpress, and I couldn't find one complaint about the let's say ferrules that are not, or loose ferrules, or ferrules that are not fitting properly. So anyway, that was the butt section. Let's just see. Okay, then we've got the bottom midsection here. These are the ceramic guides that are on the, they are reasonably good quality. Then we've got these around about 3/8 size snake guides on the upper mid section here, also of reasonable quality. Not the best, but not the worst either. I've seen worse than this. And then we've got the tip section. Again, it's got 5 eyes on, including the tip eye. I'm going to show you something here. So you've got these 2 3/8 snake eyes again, and then I'm going to show you something here. You can see there's the eyes, the 2 snake eyes and the top eye are quite smaller than the other snake eyes. This is about 3/8. This is about 1/4 inch. You can see the difference in just see there. Yeah, you can see the difference in size. Yeah, and so these 2 snake eyes and the top eye are about 6 mils, 1/4 inch. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be the only problem that I see with this, and I experienced when I was casting with it, is that it sort of hindered feeding when casting with the rod. I just feel, in my opinion, that Seachaser could have just carried on with the 3/8 size all the way to the top fly. Would have made for a lot better feeding of the line through the eyes. Also, if you're going to be casting, you're going to be fishing in water with a lot of algae, or you're going to be casting in very cold conditions that cause icing on the eyes, these will clog up. So yeah, I might in the future take these eyes off and just put on larger snake eyes and the top eye. But for now, I'm going to keep it like this. Yeah, the rod came in this rod sock in a plastic sleeve in Temu packaging, just like that. Didn't come with a rod tube. This is the rod sock here. Reasonable quality. Don't see any loose threads or anything like that, or any indication that it's wanting to fall apart. I will say it's better quality than what I've seen of other rod socks. Yeah, but that's the rod. As I said, I'll be getting myself another one, just because I want another one of these rods, because I want a pair of these rods, and I also want to see whether whether this problem I had with the back of that ferrule connection with the gap between the ferrule and the blank, whether that is a once-off problem or but as I said, I looked through the AliExpress and the Temu reviews and I couldn't find anything that complained of loose ferrule connections. So that's the rod. Now to the crystal flash. Okay, the rod was 246. Oh yes, just want to mention on Temu's website they rate the weight of this rod at 110 grams or 3.88 ounces. I weighed this rod on my scale, and this rod weighed 103 grams, 3.83 grams, 3.66 ounces. Normally when you get these budget rods, they are heavier than the claimed weight on the website, so just interesting point on that one. Okay, now down to the crystal flash. I bought this bunch of crystal flash for 64 rand. It's 15 packs of crystal flash. Normally when you buy crystal flash in a bunch of packs like this from a fly shop, they are very specific with the colors. Temu wasn't, so I winged it and sort of get myself into sort of a surprise package. But let's just have a look here. This is rainbow colored crystal flash. Here's the standard color rainbow crystal flash. It is copper, blue and red. You find this color combination also in countersunk beads as well as slotted beads. Then this one is like a greenish reddish mix. Interesting variant of the rainbow concept. Then here we've got two pearl colors. This is pearl white here on the left, and on the right, if you can see, is also a pearl color, but it's got almost like a green tinge to it. Not sure what color you would classify that as, but anyway. Then you've got chartreuse, and you've got yellow, orange with that green tinge that pearl color has got. You've got red, pink, yet again with that greenish tinge that pearl color has got. And then you've got purple, turquoise, light blue, gold, silver, and then you've got a blue and silver and a black and silver. I haven't opened up the package yet, but from what I can see, it looks like reasonably good quality fly tying material, and I think this will last me a long time. So that's it for my Temu order. I will be ordering a Temu order. I will be making another video when I fix this rod properly with the epoxy, the technique I explained. But for now I don't have that flexi epoxy or the right epoxy to do this with. If you do this with, let's say, UV resin or brittle type epoxy, if this rod bends any which way, just a little bit, then the epoxy just pops off. Pop off of the blank. I know this from experience. So you've got to have an epoxy that can. That's my Temu order. Certainly, certainly very happy with Temu and Buffalo Logistics. I must say that I had a very good service from both of them, and yeah, it took 12 days to get here from the day of ordering to get to my house. So yeah, yet again, thank you very much, Temu and Buffalo Logistics. Okay guys, until the next one.